All right, welcome to the Canary in the Cage podcast. It's a special edition this week because we have an interview at the end of the show. You really want to hear this because it's a crypto guy out of Colombia. And what's the name? Outlaw Crypto?
The Outlaw Crypto is his podcast, and he goes by Paranoia Machinery.
He's a really cool guy. If you don't follow him. Watch his shit. He's a very entertaining guy. So I'm Ron Morgan, my co-host
Dave Havlicek.
We are here to entertain you, educate you, and hopefully make you laugh. So what the hell is going on?
I did not pay attention to any news this week.
Good for you.
A couple of minor things that I will cover.
You know what I've had an ass full of?
Yeah.
Is this?
Whoa.
Well, it's a statement. It's not a gay thing. Although, I mean, I'm not saying gay's wrong. I'm just saying. I just said I'm getting sick and tired. You got James O'Keefe. Oh, we're going to release all kinds of stuff. Trump, yeah. I've got big policies coming out.
What the hell is he talking about?
None of them did shit.
Right, wait.
Yeah, James O'Keefe, which I love.
To be fair, he does have this tactic where he announces something, he gets the other person to react, and then he shows that they lied. Right? He does that a lot.
So this one was, I've got 3 big stories coming out. All my staff has to go into hiding. And I've given Alex Jones, he's going to be the dead man switch. Oh, okay. But Alex Jones says he's the dead man switch, but he doesn't know the facts of the story. So how does that work out?
Is it encrypted, or did he take our advice?
I don't know. I was just
because we did a show on dead man switches. So maybe.
But all I know is James O'Keefe came out with Prince Andrew is a pedophile and fuck kids.
Well, who didn't know that?
I'm like, we knew that already.
Yeah, everybody knew that.
And then Trump is like, I've got big news coming out. Okay, great. Oh, we made a deal with UK. Hey, Trump. Okay, you've had your 100 days. You've had some fun. You've done some good work. I'm not denying that. But the reality is, how about doing something for the American people? How about putting some money back in our pockets? Because we're broke here. Yeah. We're tired of this. You know, sure, they say inflation
they're broker than we are.
What?
They're broker than we are.
The government?
Yeah. 36 trillion in debt.
Well, they've got all this gold in Fort Knox that they've got at 30 cents an ounce.
I'm sure they do.
But it's worth $30,000 an ounce. But whatever, I'm not getting into that because apparently we can't talk about that either. No, it's time to help the American people. Now, I'm hearing in parts of the country, gas is below $2 a gallon. Ooh. That ain't happening here.
Well, Vegas has our own unique shit going on.
Well, Vegas, so I want to talk about that. Vegas, we have high food prices. We have high gas prices. You go to Arizona, which you can get to an hour in one direction, an hour and a half in another direction. Their gas is $1 a gallon cheaper. Yep. Why are we not buying our gas from the same place Arizona is?
Because of the law.
Why?
Because the government.
No, see, we need to change that because we're not seeing that downgrade in prices at the grocery store. We're not seeing that at the pump. We're sitting here. Well, everybody else is across the country.
Because they have better laws than we. On that matter, they have better laws than we do.
I mean, somebody's like, "Oh, it's delivery fees." No, fuck that. It's not because you want to deliver to the gas station in downtown Chicago or Vegas. It's no different in time-wise.
Right.
We're open roads. They got traffic.
Yeah. So and you can't say it's a desert because, again, Arizona is desert. Yeah. And they don't have that.
So I'm getting really tired of these high prices here. And
it's
that's
all Nevada laws. It's what it is. It's just Nevada law. Maybe Clark County law. Like, I don't know what it is in other
I don't know what Reno's been affected, but it's getting ridiculous. I'm getting really tired of this.
Well,
no, I mean,
I'm voting for Democrats in the Assembly, in the Nevada Assembly.
You know, that's the other thing that pisses me off. Everyone's like, "Well, they're voting for Democrats here." No, we're counting until the Democrats win, and that means
I don't know, man.
As soon as the mail-in ballots come in, Democrats win.
I think they're actually winning here because
I don't think so.
Because the Republicans really don't try in Vegas. They just don't.
I agree with that. But if anybody listens to the national media, we understand the Democrats are woke, they're progressive, right. And we don't like them. But yet, they're still winning in Nevada.
But I'll give you an example from when I ran for Congress. The Republican in my district, I didn't even know the guy's name. Nobody knows his name.
Sam Brown?
No. That was the Senate.
Oh, it was the Senate, yeah.
Nobody knows who was running for District 1 in Congress because he had no signs, he had no billboards, he did no TV commercials, he did nothing. Right? It was basically a gimme for Dina Titus.
Yeah.
And that's the game they play. Like, so the Republicans are like, well, we'll give you Nevada, and then you give us Florida, or whatever fucking deal they make. I mean, that's how it works.
That's very possible. I'm not going to deny that shit probably happens. But it just happens to be every state that keeps counting past the day of elections, a Democrat always wins. So I'm getting fed up with it. I'm getting fed up with Trump's cabinet picks. They're not. I mean, Kash Patel's funny in front of the Senate. He stood his ground. He put a senator in her place. But how about showing me some mugshots? I mean, Trump wants to open up Alcatraz. Go right the fuck ahead and lock up the politicians.
I mean, he's not okay. So remember how we said he would use these interference tactics to throw the Democrats off? Now he's doing it to us, and to his own people. Trump, chill out.
We gave you your first 100 days. You had
do something.
Yeah, I'll give him the first 100 days of having fun, fucking with people. Tell him he's gonna buy Gaza. Tell him he's gonna build a hotel on Alcatraz. Whatever. It's funny as fuck, and I love it. But how about affect some change in our lives right now? Put some money back in our pockets. I'm really getting tired of this. He's like, I'm gonna make changes so each American has more money. Well, do it.
Yeah,
is this omnibus, this big beautiful bill? It's the best bill ever. Well, now it was supposed to be for Memorial Day. Now it's before the 4th of July. But are you going to get it passed? Because you don't have the Senate. You may have Republicans in the Senate, but you don't have the Senate. Okay, that got proven today. You had to pull the attorney for D.C. The federal judge for D.C. had to get pulled because of a guy that Trump supported, and Trump got him past the finish line to get elected, and this guy won't back Trump.
What's the issue? Because I get you have this team mentality thing where it's back Trump. But no, his job is to back the law. No, so I want to know what the actual issue is.
No, so the law is, well, first of all, it's the American people gave a mandate to the...
No, that's not how it works.
We did. No,
you have to obey the law. You have to obey the Constitution.
What law are we violating?
Well, I don't know. I'm asking you because I don't know what the issue is.
Well, okay, so there was a D.C. judge, federal judge for D.C. Circuit, and he will not get past the Senate because he can't get the votes. And why? Because he questioned the J6 arrest.
Okay.
So but the guy who held it up, I didn't write his name down. I don't fucking care. He got past the finish line because Trump endorsed him, and now he's turning his back on Trump. Now, sure, Trump is putting another judge in, and we'll see if this one gets passed. But I'm tired of this. Get rid of the income tax.
Yeah,
that's what I want. Give us the Epstein list.
Yeah.
And at this point, I want the moon landing files. I want 9/11 files. You want to fuck with the American people? You promise us shit and you give us nothing? You give us nothing. Oh, we're going through the Epstein files to make sure that no victims are...
I saw a post that they're watching hundreds of hours of kiddie porn.
Okay, so
I don't want to see the kiddie porn.
No.
I don't want to see the videos.
But they've gone through 100 hours.
I want to see the list of the clients.
Right.
Give us the list.
Blur out the kiddies.
No, just give us the list.
Show us the adults.
Don't show the videos at all. Give us the list.
But here's the thing. You've had to have done something in the first 100 days. How about you release 50 pages, 100 pages, whatever it is that you've already redacted, but make sure you're not redacting the people that control you. Okay?
Well, that they have to.
So, I mean, there's a lot of speculation going on, and apparently it's the financial groups. Did you know Chase paid off a lawsuit to the victims of Epstein Islands?
Huh, I did not know that.
It was a lawsuit filed in another country, and Chase lost it.
Yeah. What country? Because a lot of other countries are retarded. So. These things are always
sick of it. Just give us our shit. We want to see it. We're not going to stop. Trump, so Trump won't technically say he's supporting anybody that runs for president after him. He's like, well, Rubio would be good. Vance would be good. We all know Vance is going to get it unless you don't give us what we want. You promise us something, be a man of your word, and give us the fucking Epstein files. Jesus. So I'm getting sick of it. I mean, everyone's promising us shit, and no one's delivering.
That's the government. I don't know what you expected.
I get it. But we voted
That's why I didn't pull the lever.
We voted for a different kind of government.
No, you didn't.
That's the middle package.
You say that every 4 years, and you never do.
You got to admit, Trump is different than most.
He's different, but not in the way that matters.
I mean, Trump, whatever. Just get it under control and give us our shit. Get rid of Pam Bondi. Hell, seriously? You want someone to release the Epstein files? Hire me for a day. I'll come and release.
Well, let's turn to some good news. How about that?
Do we have good news?
Yeah, we have some good news. We're going to give some money away.
Oh, that is good news. Holy shit! Is it taxed money?
It's Monero,
So it's not tax.
that's up to the recipient if he wants to pay taxes on it. We do not have a wheel this week because only one person met the challenge.
Okay.
Which was to join the scanners room on the IRC, dark web IRC. Now, guys, I do these challenges not to like have you do the ones you already know how to do, right? I want to get you to learn things you don't know and you haven't done yet. So when I say get your ass on the dark web and join a chat room, get your ass on the dark web and join the chat room. I want to see you ClearNet people in that dark web. And when I do a challenge on the ClearNet, I want to see you dark web people doing it. Okay?
Oh.
So I guess it's not all good news because I'm kind of throwing shade here, but come on, guys, step up and fucking do the challenges. But last week's we got one person that came in, and that was Ein. So Ein, let's hope you don't throw your money away again this week.
Track us down.
Collect, please. And Ein also had a suggestion for us.
Oh, what's that?
So last week Ron did not do his homework and have a teaching topic, but he told a story from work, and Ein was like, "Hey, that's actually really cool." So I would like to hear more work stories. In the event that we don't have a teaching topic. And I thought that was a brilliant idea.
I will do that. I love story time with Ron.
Because, not just Ron, but like I have a ton of fucking stories from work, and there's lessons behind most of them where you can actually learn something.
Yeah, you can put your little sleepy hat on with a little ball on it. I'll tell my story. You can go to sleep. It's great.
So, we'll start doing that.
Yeah, no, I got no problem telling.
Thank you for the suggestion.
I love telling stories. This week we're not going to have any training because we had a guest.
Right, well, let's talk about this week's Monero challenge as well.
What do you got?
So I want you to tell me the Monero address of our guest.
Okay.
And you have to go find it. So I'm not going to give you any other hints. You have his name. You have his podcast. Give us his Monero address.
I like it. So I'm a little bitter right now. I've had some dealings with the IRS this week.
Okay.
It did not go well.
I wonder why.
I'm looking at big balls going, you didn't hit delete, dude. I really thought you would. I thought you'd help a brother out. But apparently you didn't. Nope. It's not good. But whatever. Pay
your fair share, rich guy.
I'll survive it. Yeah. I guess I get to pay my fair share and give money to people who want to transition in Ireland.
That's right.
Or people that want to see how many times a frog farts.
That's right.
In Australia.
That's valuable research.
See how many times a kangaroo hops whatever. Just cut this shit, pass your big, beautiful omnibus bill, and get the fuck on with it. And let's see what you can do, Trump. I mean, I want to support you. Your cabinet picks. I mean, okay, so Kash Patel, he made me laugh in Congress when he was in the Senate when he was telling off that senator. I don't have the video because I don't really care at this point. Look it up if you want, but it's just I don't really need the FBI director to make me laugh. I want to see mugshots.
Yeah, it's a nice cherry on top, but we need the cake.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to see mugshots, man. Just give them to me. Pam Bondi, just fucking quit. Seriously, just quit. Why are you here? Why are you in that seat? Why are you filling that office for? And James O'Keefe says you're compromised. Yeah. I said you were compromised months ago.
I think they're all compromised. That's the problem, is you can't find anyone that's not compromised.
What the fuck happens in D.C.?
You don't want to know.
No, I mean, I get it. I made a statement months ago that Bernie Sanders says that the deep state, you got to compromise yourself in front of the deep state to get name recognition. Fine, whatever. But I thought the Trump administration was going to be different. You were going to stand up to him, but apparently you're not.
Nope.
You're sucking dick on camera, and they got you sucking a girl's dick, and you can't say what you want to say because they'll release the video.
Well, she was the AG in Florida.
I want to see the video.
Right? She was the AG in Florida.
So actually,
I'm sure she covered shit up down there.
No, she covered for Epstein in Florida.
Oh, there you go.
There's evidence out there of that now. It just kind of came out today. Again, it's the same day, so I don't have anything.
It's all the same club, and you're not in it.
Yep.
That's all it is.
I guess I wouldn't mind watching a video of Pan Bondi sucking a dick of a woman. It'd be kind of funny. But other than that, just quit. I'm done. I'm done with you. Get somebody else in there.
So how about let's talk about some other Trump cabinet stuff. So you remember the Signal scandal from a while back? So apparently, now this happened when I installed Signal with you.
Yeah.
So you went to the App Store.
Yep.
And you typed in Signal.
Yep.
And the first link, you were like, "Is that it?" I'm like, "No. What the fuck is that?" So what these companies do is they hack the search results to put their bullshit spyware in the first place. And apparently, this Mike Welts guy installed the spyware version of Signal instead of the real version of Signal. and that's how maybe some of this got out. So yeah, like if you guys are installing Signal, make sure you got the right one. Don't install the fucking Israeli spyware version or the Chinese spyware version. Scroll down a little bit till you find the right one. And these people are fucking morons, man.
Yeah,
they're just fucking morons.
I mean, it's just like the same boss is the new boss is the same like the old boss.
Pretty much. Oh, I saw another thing. Tulsi Gabbard apparently uses the same password everywhere. And it's a very simple password.
Is it Tulsi 123?
I don't know what it was. I didn't read that far into it. But again, like these are top level government officials making rookie fucking mistakes, and that's all they do, man. They're fucking stupid.
Yeah, I mean the one lady under Secret Service protection is her purse stolen by an organized group. And whatever.
God,
I want to see American people benefit. Now, yes, you signed a tariff deal with UK. Great, I love it. It sounds great. Everybody's gonna follow it. But here's the thing. What's up in China?
What's what?
What's up in China? So we're in a trade. We're in a tariff war with China right now.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you listen to the left, China's doing just fine, and they're going to be just fine without us. You listen to the right. Oh, the employees are committing suicide. The banks are collapsing. What the? If you're from China, contact us and tell us the goddamn truth.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Oh,
I mean, China's a huge place. They have like 1.5 billion people or something.
But apparently they're broke right now.
Well, the whole world is broke, right? Like because the whole. We actually talk about this in our interview coming up, but the whole world runs on debt, right? All these fiat currencies are debt, and you can't run a system that way. You need sound money. So basically, what we're in right now is a race to see who dies first, because we're all dying, right? We're all fucked. And it's just like, man, we sure hope those other people get fucked over first. And that's all it is.
So here was my plan with the IRS. Is I wanted to die owing the IRS, and then I win.
There you go.
But apparently they're not going to let me get that far.
Yeah, they're gonna fucking blood transfuse your ass.
Well, no,
you're staying alive, motherfucker.
No, actually, my son is like, well, they're going to come after me for that debt. I go, yeah, they probably will. So I had a life insurance policy to cover the debt. Now they're going to levy my house. They're going to take all my shit.
Oh man.
So we might be doing this podcast in the middle of the street sometime.
Nice.
No, it's not that bad. I tend to exaggerate a bit but it's bad. If I could become an expat, I would. But my wife's pensions are public. So they would just go after them.
But you still owe. Even then, you still owe.
Fuck that. I'm in another country. Come and get me, bitch.
They will. They fucking went after Roger Ver is a lot richer than you are, but still. They'll do it on principle.
What country has no expedition to the United States?
They'll spend $20 million to come collect your ass to collect 50,000. They'll do it. They don't care.
I wish it was just 50,000. Big balls, seriously, dude, help me out. I'm begging you here.
What else we got here?
I don't know. I'm in a piss poor mood. We had a great. We did the interview already. I'm not going to try to say we didn't. It's going to be in this podcast. I just broke the fourth wall, apparently.
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They know.
I know. You guys love us, so whatever.
I do have one more thing to cover. So there's a crypto called Tari. I might have mentioned it earlier, way back. But basically what Tari is it's kind of like a smart contract chain that uses the privacy of Monero.
Okay.
So instead of, like, Monero is money, and Tari is like, oh, you can do loans, you can make gambling apps, you can do whatever you want, basically. And it just launched this week, 2 days ago, in fact.
Okay.
And the cool thing about Tari, now whether you believe Tari is cool or not, whether you believe the privacy is up to speed or not, the cool thing is that you can do something called merge mining with Monero.
Okay.
So if you mine Monero, you can automatically mine Tari.
Oh.
Right. You have to do a couple of setup configs, but once it's running, it's running. So if you collect Monero, you also collect Tari. So it's free, and if you don't like it, you can just sell it. So I'll probably cover that more in depth next week on a teaching topic. But I just wanted to announce that it's live, so go check it out and see if you like it.
So speaking of privacy, we talked about this on the interview with some privacy a little bit. I mean, seriously, do we have privacy on the internet?
You can. You have to take it.
You have to take it. So how do you actually truly get privacy? Is the dark web?
Yes.
Is it truly private?
But I mentioned some issues with Tor last week.
Yeah.
So Tor might not be as private as people think it is. I2P is pretty damn solid, and they're constantly improving it. Like I'm in the chat rooms, they're working on the post quantum encryption right now. So like even if they get a quantum computer, which I don't think they ever will, they won't be able to break I2P. I mean,
is Linux private?
Is Linux private?
Yeah.
Most likely. Again, there's things they can do to sneak in, but it's a lot harder.
I mean, they let you in and you're fed.
Well, yeah, but I'm just using it. I'm not writing code for it. Yeah, so like Linux, you can read the code. Like you don't have to take a binary download. You can compile the code yourself, and then you know that what you are running is the code that you read. Okay. Now, is there things deeper in the hardware that's fucking with you?
You lost me after the. Well, I don't even think you said the, but that's okay. You lost me then. I don't understand the internet. I don't care. I keep my internet stuff, simple.
Just get on I2P and then you're home free. You can do whatever you want. No one knows.
Oh God, I'm just so frustrated. Trump, give us some relief.
All right, should we go to the interview?
Yeah, let's go to the interview.
All right.
Thanks for listening, guys. Enjoy this interview. It is a pleasure to have this guy. We might be making this a monthly thing because we really enjoy talking with him.
He's really awesome. And go watch his podcast and enjoy.
All right, welcome to Canary the Cage. We have an interview today, so Dave, take it away.
Yep, well, we're here with Canary Machinery, who runs the Outlaw Crypto Podcast, and he's here to talk to us about CBDCs, which isn't that a brand of underwear? Or am I wrong?
I think it's two different things. It's a brand of underwear and it's digital currency.
Oh, okay.
Did you guys ever watch that show, Curb Your Enthusiasm, with the underwear no-fly zone?
The no-fly zone.
I think I missed the last season of that show.
Well, anyways, in the show there was an episode with this underwear where this guy, Larry, him and his ex-wife separated, right? And she was dating this dude that made underwear with like no fly. Right? He was like, our studies show that most people don't go through the gates; they go over the fence.
So, do you know who Larry David's wife in that show actually is?
Is RFK Jr.'s wife, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know if you knew that or not. So, I guess we're here to talk about crypto.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll interject every now and then, but that's not my thing. I don't like crypto, so I'll let you guys do most, and I'll just chime in when I got something intelligent to say, which probably will be never.
Look, I was thinking that Dave was the Fed, but Ron, we're using Zoom, bro.
Well, that's Dave's.
What's happening?
I didn't.
Dave's the computer guy here.
If you're
no, but you guys can't use like Jitsi Meet or something, like open source code that's not spying on us.
That's what we talked to him on when we did
Global Cabal.
The thing is, like, this is Ron's MacBook laptop, and whatever I set up on there, he has to be able to use. So
yes, I know, but there's open source things. Like Ron,
yeah.
Are you open to learning a new way to do things that's more 100%. Like?
Oh, he takes my laptop home all the time and probably steals money in my bank account.
Well, yeah. So I could install shit on there, but like I don't like, it's a pain in the ass enough just to get Zoom to work. And I myself am not very familiar with any of these networking tools. So I mean, I could try and install Jitsi and see how that goes, but.
All right. Well, fair enough.
Yeah.
I know how to find porn on the internet. That's about it.
All right. Well, hey, all right. So crypto, what do you guys want to talk about? Like, look, CBDCs. Like right now, there's a website. I don't know if you guys want to look it up, but it's the CBDC map. And there's all these countries that are doing CBDC projects, right?
Now that's digital currency. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're phasing out cash, bro. It's going to be the mark of the beast, and they're going to make you use their negative interest rate, hyperinflationary currency, and then like because it's programmable, they're going to like say what you can spend it on, and then they're going to control how you can, enter and exit it and trap you in.
All right, I got the map up here.
So how did all that work out in Europe when that part of Europe lost power?
Well, I don't know. Like
they were saying people couldn't access their money. They couldn't buy
Yeah,
you.
I mean that.
Couldn't buy
Yeah,
anything.
obviously. Like, but how's it going to be like when they're like, "Oh, you bought too much Coca-Cola this week, so your money doesn't work anymore."
No, and that actually is a real threat, and that's one reason I'm totally against the digital currency, because they have control, and I don't like it. So I don't want. I'm not a supporter of it, and I never will be. Cash is king in my world.
Yeah, that's why. Like, well, maybe Dave has told you, but that's why Monero is so important because it's the closest thing we have to digital cash right now, right?
So let me ask you a question on that. So with Bitcoin, in my opinion, being taken over by the government, the U.S. government,
Yeah, I agree.
you don't think that they're eventually, if Monero grows, that they're going to find their way to weasel into Monero?
Well, I think they're probably going to try to, but like the difference with Monero is that it's like 100% private and you can use it anonymously easily if you have like other OPSEC, like to protect yourself from giving up metadata to, third-party services and stuff. So like basically if you transact to Monero only and like we just use Monero as money. Like see, this is the thing. Like people look as Bitcoin like an investment, but bro, who invests in money? Like you use
Yeah,
money, right?
right.
Like money is what you accumulate and then you invest that. Like people are looking at crypto all wrong. Like it has to be money, right? A medium of exchange. So like I don't look at Monero like as a way to get rich. I look at it as a way to freely transact without surveillance and without censorship.
So with the mentality of the world, what do you think the percentage of people that can actually do what you were just saying?
I mean, anybody. Like, can you download Cake Wallet on your phone and use Monero as money with your friends and family instead of using fiat genocide confetti?
So I come from the school of anything I download on my phone, I think is viewable, could be viewable by the government and could be controlled by the government.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, you could say that with everything, I guess.
Right.
Like,
And that's my problem with crypto. Because I mean, if you look back at our history of our country, we passed laws back in I think the 30s to control gold and silver and manipulate it and control its value. And our government gave value to this stuff.
yeah,
That
no, I mean that's a wonderful point, Ron. And like that's what you have to understand is happening right now with Bitcoin. Like when gold became manipulated by paper gold, like it was because of the ETFs that they introduced, like in the 30s and the epoch that you're talking about. And like really they're doing the same thing with Bitcoin right now. And like the way they were able to undermine the gold standard was because they were allowed to issue unchecked credit expansion against the physical gold, right? So therefore, the amount of physical gold could no longer keep the economy in check. Like, so the same thing's happening with Bitcoin right now. We have Coinbase like in the news fucking talking about how they're doing off-chain sales to the ETFs, right? In Bitcoin. So if there's only 21 million Bitcoin, you have to understand that Coinbase probably has like 45 million Bitcoin or something right now because like gold, right? With the paper ratio that the ETFs allowed in the 30s, like that allowed them to manipulate the precious metals markets. It's like gold and silver have like, I don't know, something crazy. It's like 200 ounces of paper gold to one physical ounce. And the same thing's happening with Bitcoin right now.
and that's my concern with all crypto, that they will find their way to weasel in, and if they don't, then they'll just find a way to take it over and arrest the people that are using it. Because
Well, I
technically,
mean, the thing is,
You can't
if,
know who's
if
using
it's
Monero.
anonymous or private, right? And then you act in a way where you maintain your privacy,
so if you're on the dark
then
web, I agree. But if you're not on the dark web, which in this country we say is scary, and the TV shows and the news talk about how scary the dark web is, don't go on the dark web. You'll hire a hitman or buy drugs, and they want to scare us off from going on to it. But if we don't use the dark web and we're on the internet, doesn't the government have the potential to view everything we do on the internet?
I mean, fuck the government. Like, basically, they are pedophiles. Like, it's been exposed that they're all a bunch of kitty rapers, and like, they don't have really any moral high ground to tell us what the fuck we're doing. So, like, the way I look at it is, look, these fucking pedophiles are trying to extract wealth from us and like enslave us in a digital gulag that's about to be constructed. Like, they're using AI and like fucking total fucking surveillance panopticon. Like, you have to look at it this way, bro. Right now, there's 130 fucking countries that are working on a CBDC. And like we saw during the COVID lockdowns that they were trying to say that people had to have a vaccine pass
Right.
or only one person can enter a store or this kind of thing. And like, bro, I'm a Christian. Like, I look at it like this, like in the Bible, it says that nobody's going to be able to buy or sell, right?
Okay.
Because the Antichrist is going to impose like a global beast fucking system. And for me, bro, like
Hmm.
when I saw that shit with COVID happen, like I didn't think it was possible in my lifetime. I thought that was like some shit my kid would have to deal with, right?
Agreed.
But like
Yeah.
I was like, holy fuck, like this is really like the mark of the beast shit. They're gonna make you have a vaccine pass or a
Yep.
social credit or some shit. And like when I saw what was happening in China with like how they had like these little apps and gates and they had to like scan it and if it was red they couldn't pass and shit.
Right.
Like I was like, what the fuck, bro? Like
Yeah, I saw
that
that.
shit's wild. So that's what they're doing. The West is like fucking, they have a huge hard on for this kind of thing. They just can't like openly do it. They're trying to like sneak it in, right? Under guise of terrorism or whatever the fuck it is. But money
Maybe like
laundering, like,
invading immigrants, something like that, perhaps.
yeah, maybe invading immigrants, like, like, so this shit, I see it happening. Like they're trying to do this shit on crack. And like in the West, CBDCs are like a taboo term right now. So like
Right.
the US is like, we're not going to do CBDCs. We're making laws against it. But really what they're trying to do, bro, is use stable coins. And that's like,
I don't think we've really talked about stablecoins on our show, so you want to give a quick rundown of what that is, what it means,
yeah,
and,
okay. A
yeah.
stable coin is a cryptocurrency, right? But like there's usually a company behind it. Like there's decentralized ones too, so don't get me wrong, but there's usually a company behind it that has a cash reserve in a bank account somewhere. So they say for one, cryptocurrency token of $1, I have $1 in a reserve that backs this up. So then you can use it like a crypto. It's basically a dollar that has like the freedom of crypto to move internationally for low fees and this kind of thing. So the most popular one is Tether, right? Tether started in like, I don't know, like 2013, 14, 15, somewhere around there. And basically all the crypto exchanges in the fledgling crypto industry could not get banking services. The banks felt threatened by Bitcoin and shit. So like they didn't want to give them like bank accounts and shit, right? So they invented Tether as a way to like settle and have trading pairs and like this kind of thing in between exchanges and large traders. And then Tether became like the standard, right? Because throughout the different bull and bear market cycles of the crypto industry with the wild volatility and shit, all the traders in times of volatility would hop into Tether, you know, to like avoid the volatility and then buy back in or that's they were trading with it. So like Tether became a huge thing and it's basically like the liquidity of the entire crypto industry. But now like Tether is going to be legitimized like on a global level. Like, I mean, Trump's talking about like stable coins and this kind of thing, like legislation is going to be a thing. So like stable coins that you can freeze them, you can censor the transactions, obviously, because they're like a company, they're under KYC and AML regulations and FATF-GAFI guidance and all this kind of bullshit. So like it's not like a real crypto, you know what I mean? It's basically like PayPal. And like Tether's one example, and like I don't want to talk shit about Tether because Tether is actually the best stable coin. Like if I had to use a stable coin, I would use Tether, right? But there's other ones. There's like USDC, and then like there's all these companies because all these governments are starting to introduce regulations around crypto. So like now there's all these little local, like different regional stable coins that are popping up that are like USD this, USD that, Euro this, Euro that. So like, but the thing is like that shit is basically PayPal 2.0. It's not like censorship resistant, truly disruptive, peer-to-peer digital cash.
See, my problem. Well, one, I do want to acknowledge something that you refer to our politicians as pedophiles. I love that.
Yes,
So let's move on from that now. I just wanted to say that. But
we can never move on from that. I mean, you're
well, no,
ruled
I
by
mean
literal
on the show.
pedophiles.
Yeah, they are. Well, also apparently the banking industry is full of pedophiles as well. And
And
then
Satan worshipers.
Yeah, so that's what's kind of trying, so that's what's coming out. But for crypto to work, you need at least two people to agree that it's safe, and you need the buyer and the seller. Now, in a non-retail environment, I get it. You could probably find that, but if you needed to buy food or gas, do you think there's enough people out there that understand it and won't bend the knee to the government to take it?
I would
My
say
concern.
yes. Like on a certain level. Like I don't know about like locally for me and you. Like in my neighborhood, maybe not. Like right now, like I as a digital freedom activist have onboarded like two stores in my neighborhood. One of them's a tiny little grocery store. One of them's like a liquor store. And they have like a little like patio where people drink beers and shit. So I could go like drink beers in my neighborhood and I can go like buy little knickknacks at the little small like locally owned grocery store, right? And like that works for me. But I'm trying to onboard other businesses in my neighborhood as well, just on like an activism level. But like the thing is, globally, we have the dark web, right? Which is the only free market in existence in the whole world.
Right. But
And they use Monero. Second of all, we have the crypto accepting sites. Like there's a bunch of them. There's like Mine Inbox, there's Coin Cards, there's all these different sites that accept crypto primarily. When they report their own data that they self-report, like nobody's obligating them. Once in a while, they'll post like, "Oh, this month, like our sales were, this percentage of Bitcoin, this percentage of Litecoin, this percentage of Monero." Like Monero typically leads on the ClearNet, and the reason why is because Bitcoin has been made like unusable for peer-to-peer cash. Monero is always focused on being peer-to-peer cash. And like peer-to-peer cash is what threatens them. The ability for me and you to do business, even though we're thousands of miles away, at the push of a button, in a way that they can't surveil or extract wealth from as rent-seeking middlemen. Like that is so fucking powerful that that could really disrupt the global economy. And like the global economy is based on usury. There's no substance to it, right? So like if we have a sound money that is untraceable, unseizable, like that's what Bitcoin pretended to be. But like the thing is, we saw with the Canadian truckers, the Bitcoin got seized. It's
yeah,
traceable. There's $1 billion surveillance industry. So like the only way we're going to be able to evade the digital ID, like total surveillance, eat the bugs, programmed CBDC, you ate too much red meat, your carbon credit got your card shut off, you tweeted and now you can't spend your money. Like that whole shit, the only way we're going to be able to avoid it is to use something like Monero. And if Monero fails, there's going to be something else that fills that void. Because Bitcoin failed and now Monero's filling that void, right?
right. I agree. Bitcoin has failed.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the beauty of open source software, though. Like there will always be another implementation. Like freedom-minded people will create something better and learn and build. Like that's how Linux took over the whole fucking internet.
it's funny about you bring up Linux. I've talked to so many people about this. They all bend the knee to Microsoft because it's on their computer when they buy it. They refuse to go to Linux when it's free. It's free. It's fun. It's easy to download. It's easy to work with. But no one uses it. At least in America. I mean, in America, we're a little different here. We uh, uh,
Zoom uses Linux, buddy.
So,
We're talking on Linux right
so
now.
just a quick aside here. There's three laptops in front of us that you see.
yeah,
One of them is mine. It's running Linux, and the other two are yours.
yeah.
And one's Windows, and the other one's a Mac.
Because I'm not. I mean, I'm not a. I don't get into computers.
I get it, but like,
I legitimately don't go on my internet to do stuff. I mean, I'll go on to have fun, read stuff, educate myself. But I know I've had Linux on a lot of my laptops in the past, but it's just I'm like I don't do enough to even worry about it because I don't trust the government. I don't trust the fact that Linux can't be manipulated as well. We have a society in America. Hell, we still have people wearing masks in Vegas.
Yeah, but Linux is a lot less likely to be manipulated than an obvious like walled garden fucking proprietary software where nobody can see the code and they're obviously making sweetheart deals with the government to put backdoors and shit in there. Like I would take my chances with open source software that could be manipulated. I mean, we saw that. What was that shit?
With the XZ one?
Dave, remember the fucking Chinese hacker that put like the fucking thing and the guy like SSH
Yeah, that
into
actually,
Microsoft?
we talked about that on the show a couple episodes ago.
Yeah. So like, I'm not saying like open source can't be sabotaged, but like
We caught that
the
guy.
likelihood is a
Already
lot
damage was
less.
done.
Like you're basically setting yourself up for failure by using shit like Windows or Mac or fucking Zoom. Like we're talking about the digital gulag, the total surveillance panopticon, and you're using their shit that they use to do that to you. Like
Yeah,
you like just out of principle, you should be using open source software that's like privacy respecting.
I mean, I just have trust issues because I mean, look at Liberty gun safes. The FBI called them and said, "Hey, we need to get into a gun safe, and we need your master code." Without a warrant, without a subpoena, they just gave the master code over, and now the FBI can get into any Liberty gun safe. So I just have trust issues. That's why with the internet, I'm just like, I do it for fun. I don't do it for anything else because I don't trust it. I believe anything. When the government puts the screws to an American, I would say 70-80% of Americans will bend the knee. And I just
no, I understand that, but I mean, do you not understand the principle of being low hanging fruit or not low hanging fruit?
well, I'm not out there enough on the internet.
Like if there's a total surveillance panopticon that's going to try to make you eat the bugs and tell you you can't travel and you have to drive an electric car that only can travel in a 15-minute city, like,
Yeah.
are you fucking serious that you don't see a value to using software that will protect your privacy and not give your data up to these fucking fascist corporations that are going to enslave you?
I'm not savvy enough to know if Linux wouldn't do that.
I mean,
if they got
I would say I'm not either, but like at the same time, I know there's thousands of eyes on the code. Like it's not the same as like Windows where nobody can see the code except for people that work for Microsoft. And you know that Bill Gates is a sociopath trying to spy on you and take
Yeah.
pictures with AI on your fucking screen every 5 seconds.
No, agreed. But like I said, I'm not an internet. I mean, I do use the internet daily, but there's nothing on there that I do that I'm
Do you
concerned.
use a VPN?
Yes, I do use a VPN.
Which one?
Ghost.
Is that one owned by Israelis and shit? Like there's one Israeli company that owns all the VPNs except for like Mulvad and iVPN. And
So
that's it.
here's the thing. You
And
just
NIM.
me if I use a VPN, and I'm like, of course I do. And you're like, which one? I go, Ghost. And you're like, well, is that owned by the Israelis? So they would have a backdoor in. So
Yeah.
That,
It's like, do you use Zcash instead of Monero? Like, are you using Israeli coin or what?
I use I legit use cash.
Just cash.
That's
Just-
manipulated too.
Agreed, it is. But
Will you use gold backs?
what do you do? I guess I've heard the term gold backs, but what are you talking about? What is that, like a gold coin?
Okay, gold backs are like these bills, right? They're like cash bills that they make out of gold.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what they do, but there's like a manufacturing technique where each gold back is literally like 0.0001 of an ounce of gold or some shit. And there's different ones from
Yeah.
different states, and they have different values. So there's like a $5 bill one,
Yeah.
a $20 bill one, or whatever, and they have a corresponding amount of gold like woven into the fucking fabric of the bill itself.
Yeah, I actually have one.
And you can like melt that shit down and get the gold out of it.
Yeah, I have a dollar bill that's gold, and it was given to me back in 2022, and I don't know when it was made. But my question is, an ounce of gold has went up exponentially since then, since it was given
It's
to me.
worth like $4 now.
Well, but how do I buy a gallon of milk with it?
You get someone that has a gallon of milk and say, "Hey, want to trade?"
You want a gold back?
Right, but how there?
I mean, like
So-
you're kind of acting like everybody else creates the system, and we just like beg at the mercy of it.
No,
when you can literally find a guy that milks cows and say, "Hey, I want some milk. Would you like this gold back?" Like you can do that.
You can if
With Monero, you can do it too. Like, bro, the whole point of what we're trying to do is build a parallel economy outside of the usury system.
I mean, I support you guys 100%. I just don't see the value in it.
What do you mean you don't see the value of using money that they can't fucking spy on you and steal from you?
So keep in
Like, are
mind,
you fucking retarded? Like,
no, you're like Dave now.
I did not tell him to say that.
No,
everyone.
and that's fine.
I did not.
It's
no, but I mean, like, there's money that they could like inflate your wealth away at a whim because the central bank says some bullshit. There's money that they could watch all your transactions and then tell you you owe 40% of your economic activity to them as tribute. And then there's money that is fucking anonymous, basically, and you can use with your friends that's outside of that system and they cannot steal from you. And then this money cannot be inflated either. And it goes up in value over time. Like, instead of money that loses value over time. Like, why wouldn't you use crypto instead of fucking
so first of all,
Ponzi
gold
bucks?
doesn't go up in value because you have to, the person you want to give it to has to trust that that's actually fucking gold. And you know, this scammers.
No, but that's where crypto like Monero solves that because it's cryptographically fucking, you know, sound. Like there's no dispute. It's mathematics.
So
Like,
how did crypto work out in Europe with the power outage?
I mean,
Solar
how
grid
did it work
worked out
out with the power outage? Not everybody had their power out. Like the internet still worked
Well,
if you had your phone up and shit.
Yeah, but I mean, all's good if we got power. But I mean, I can go out and I can use crypto, I can use cash, I can use whatever. But when the power's out, it's not tangible. It's not you. What are you going to do? You buy a gallon of milk with? Well, I sent you this, but you're not going to get it.
Did you remember during the pandemic, like 6 months before, there was a event 201, which was a pandemic COVID fucking cosplay practice thing that they did before they did the actual COVID hoax. So that happened. And then there's another one that they're working on called Cyber Polygon, right? And apparently there's going to be cyber attacks. They're going to knock out huge swaths of the internet. It could maybe even make the financial system collapse, and they have to bring in digital ID and social credit and all this bullshit as a, you know, Hegelian dialectic problem reaction solution scenario. But the thing is, bro, like, they're never going to let the internet go out all over the world at once because they need the internet to maintain the level of control that they're trying to impose on humanity. So, like, even if the shit was out in Europe, like, if you had a generator and your phone could hook up to the internet, you could still send transactions, bro. And they're never gonna like wipe out the internet all over the world.
We have a kill switch in this country. They can shut the internet off by pushing a button.
We haven't covered it on the show yet, and I have it in my queue. But they have like these LoRa mesh networks now, where like you don't even need the system, right? Like you make your own grid, and like it runs on a simple like you can actually hand crank it if you really need to.
But what I'm talking about is the person you're buying from. Yeah. That person has to, one, believe you, and also if there's no power,
they have the same LoRa mesh. Okay, it's a little device. It's like a phone, but it uses way less power.
Yeah,
and it just uses like long range radio waves, and like you can send your Monero over that network.
So how many stores in Vegas has that?
Outside of the internet?
They're gonna get it when the power runs out.
How are they going to get it when the power runs out?
Well, if they don't, then they starve. Like,
we all starve.
No, we don't all
starve. The power's not going to run out everywhere either. That's what's retarded. Like, the power's only going to go out in certain areas where they're trying to impose like agendas and shit.
If you really look into our electrical grid in this country, we have a very weak electrical grid. And we buy most of our transformers and our electrical components from China. Now,
but when it goes out, it's going to be the government that does it to you for a strategic reason.
Right.
But it's not going to be like, unless it's like a fucking natural disaster that they didn't cause with the HARP fucking radio antennas. Like,
see, you and I, I believe in all that stuff. I believe the Maui fire. I believe the fire.
The dudes, that was HARP, bro. They were bouncing that shit off the ionosphere.
Hey, Dave and I argued about this before, but I don't believe.
You don't believe in it, Dave?
No,
you don't believe in the HARP and like the energy weapons and top secret military shit.
They would love if they have that kind of shit, but I don't think they're that competent.
No, they do.
What is that saying?
I think they have it, and I think you're hiding it, Dave.
Yeah. Okay. So if I were working on that shit, I would expose it so fucking fast. Like, you have no idea, dude.
But it's not only that though. I mean, you look at like the hurricane that hit Asheville.
Okay.
Hurricanes don't go that far into the country.
Yes, they do.
What are mountains? Mountains are hurricane
God.
stoppers.
We have a history, a long history.
We don't.
Yes, they do. They record everything. They've been writing this down for hundreds of years.
Okay, if a hurricane can hit Asheville, North Carolina, a hurricane can hit Vegas.
No, it can't. It's not the same thing at all.
Miles from the ocean. Miles from the ocean.
Hurricanes don't come from the west.
Hurricanes have hit Southern California before. It's rare, but it happens.
No, they don't.
Hurricanes have hit Southern California.
They have not.
Yeah, I want to a box we could type words into to find out. Hurricanes have hit Southern California, so a hurricane can hit Vegas. If it hit Asheville, North Carolina. But mountains are hurricane stoppers. If they want to say a tropical storm hit Asheville,
if mountains are hurricane stoppers, then the magical technology can't make a hurricane go over the mountains because they would stop it. What you're saying makes no sense.
No, they really have like weather controlling technology since like the 60s, bro.
Yes.
It's like this patented and shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
like, this shit is advanced, and it's
they
just
have like bullshit that they fucking masturbate over, but it's all fucking bullshit. Like, you are giving them a level of competence that, like, if you look, I am a Fed, right? I work with these people.
It's interesting that you are so.
There is no fucking way these people could build a machine to manipulate the weather. They're just fucking
whistleblowers out right now.
They're stupid. They are unbelievably stupid, right? They will argue about dumber things than Ron will. I can't even go.
Dude, HARP exists, dude.
Oh my god, dude.
Open your eyes.
Just not,
HARP does exist. I agree with you.
Yeah, there's an agency that plays make believe and tries to scare you into thinking they have all this shit, but they don't because they're not competent.
In Hawaii,
they could never get it done.
Why didn't the houses with blue and green roofs?
Dude, I don't even know that that's true. You're just saying it. How do you know? Who told you?
Let's ask our guest.
Did you go on Google Satellite and watch, or did somebody did Cat Turd tweet about it?
Hold on. Blue and green items. Do they burn with HARP weapons?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I never heard about that until Maui, but then I've seen like all the rich people painted their house blue like a week before the Maui fires happened.
How do you know that?
So you have two people that never talked
Where did you get this info? Because you didn't see with your own two eyes.
No, I didn't. But the internet like made that shit go viral, and a lot of people said that. And then China, like they were painting the roofs blue and shit because they thought the US was going to use that shit on.
It's reality.
Show me.
Okay.
You can't show
them. Look that shit up on your spyware computer.
It's scream and yell and be loud.
Like they'll show a photo of an unburned house out of context and say,
no, but Ron, show them that shit on your spyware computer, bro. If they'll let you search
You don't believe it.
It's not that it's just I've talked to government scientists. There's no fucking way they can pull this off. They're stupid.
Yeah, like the government scientists are going to tell you what's
fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's compartmentalized. So stupid. Bro. It's top secret.
There's whistleblowers coming out with HARP right now. It's happening all over, and it's true, and it's happening. And I'm damn near ready to paint my house blue.
They don't have competent people working.
That Paradise, California shit was real, bro. Like the whole city fucking.
Well, Paradise and even Southern California, damn. I mean, look what they did to Malibu, Pasadena. I think they and if you look at the permit, there's
that shit. Yeah,
they're years away
the
from
Palisades and all that shit.
Yeah, it's fucked over there, and I'm telling you right now,
You believe those to be natural fires, Dave?
So I know a lot of them were started by arson. Like they caught people starting fires.
Do you believe that? Like they said that shit in Palestine. Like the Israelis.
You got mugshots of those people?
I mean, we could probably go look them up. Right?
They don't exist.
Well,
you may have found one idiot trying to burn a bush, but I'm telling you, those fires all started at one time.
How do you know? Like you act like you know all the shit. You don't know anything. You're just repeating what some other dickhead on Twitter said.
Okay.
Like that guy could be the government trying to give you false information. You don't know these people.
This is why I called Dave a Fed for, by the way.
It's just so like you don't know. You're going off of information that you don't have. Right? Like we were talking about this before the show, where like if a cop
we got 5 minutes left on this.
Okay, well I can get this done in 5 minutes. If a cop detains you and you say, what am I detained for? And the cop says, well, I don't know yet. I have to go investigate. he can't detain you in the first place.
Yes, I agree
He
with that.
needs articulable facts
David,
on which to detain you. So you guys are doing the same thing.
No.
Where like you're saying, I don't know, therefore conspiracy. But you can't do that. You need the articulable facts in the first.
Yeah, but like conspiracy theorists have been vindicated. Like
Yes,
we always sound
Sometimes.
crazy, and then it's
A
always
lot.
true. And like so now, I just believe conspiracies until you prove they're not true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. I say 40 million people, but that numbers could go anywhere between 20 and 40 million of immigrants that came into this country under Biden's administration. I say they were invading army. What's your view on that?
I mean, like, I would say that there's borders for a reason, but I think borders are fucking bullshit. Like, I think passports and like the system that's in place to prevent free travel is a bunch of bullshit. Like, in the 1800s, you just showed up on a ship somewhere and fucking lived wherever the fuck you want. And nobody told you shit. Nobody had to look at a document. Nobody told you couldn't cross this line. Like, that's a bunch of bullshit. So, like,
we had immigration laws back then because
the first immigration law was 1850s.
No,
yes, it was.
No,
it was. But targeted at Chinese
we had
people.
Ellis Island in New York that took a lot of immigrants in.
Okay, but fuck that shit. That was the first time that they fucking, after thousands of years, stopped human free movement. Like, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, I what I tell Dave all the time is if you're an open borders guy, you should be an open property rights guy too.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, it does not make sense, bro. Like you can't tell someone they can't live on the property next to you if they buy it. Right?
Yeah, but can I go to my neighbor's house and make a sandwich in their fridge?
No, but why would you think that anyone can do that anywhere? You can't tell somebody they can't come become your neighbor, though, if they buy the property.
Agree. 100%.
But that's what you're trying to do.
No, what I'm saying
is... You think Trump can say, no, that Venezuelan man cannot buy that house?
I'm not doing Trump right now. I'm not.
That's who's making the
happy with him.
You're saying, bro, you can't come here. This imaginary line says you can't come here.
So does an imaginary line stop me from going to my neighbor's house and making a sandwich?
No offense does.
Bro, it's not the same thing. They're not coming here to like take the food out of your fridge. They're just coming here and trying to set up their own life next to you.
But they have to cross private property lines to do that. It's not all they're not coming across on public property. They're not. They're swimming across rivers.
Those owners' problem, not your problem. You don't get a say in that.
I'm not saying I have a say in that.
Yes, you do. You're saying the government has a say.
Can I go make a sandwich in my neighbor's house?
The government decides who comes, not the private property owners. You're saying the government decides.
I never said that.
Yes, you do. That's what laws are.
Okay.
It's the government deciding. By the way, Ellis Island opened in 1892.
But we were allowed immigration before.
Yes, we were. Anybody could just show up.
We literally got
from 6,000 years of human history, like documented human history. People could just travel wherever the fuck they wanted. They could go in a camel caravan. They could fucking ride a horse. They could walk. They could fucking hop on a riverboat or go across the ocean, and nobody could say shit.
Yeah.
Like the whole fucking idea that there's like nation states and fucking borders and passports and like permission to enter, like this is all a bunch of bullshit, bro. That's all statist bullshit.
Yeah, because they came across it with the Darien Gap.
Our spyware is about to kick you off because Zoom only allows like 40 minutes.
All right.
Unless we bend the knee and give him money.
But it's great talking to you again. And
indeed, thanks for having me on your show. You guys are awesome. And,
if you ever want on your show again, I'd love talking with you. I really do.
Yeah, come back on the show. Like whenever
Anytime
you guys want
us, just let us know, and we'll do the same with you.
All right, for sure. Cool. I'm gonna make you guys my regular guests.
Oh, please do. I really.
The world is not ready for this.
I'd rather talk to you than Dave most of the time. Even though you carve it like Dave does, but I'm okay with that.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Like it was awesome being on your show, and let's do this shit like every month or two.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
All right, cool.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Adios.
You too. Take care.
Yep. Thank you for joining us at the Canary in the Cage podcast.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share us to help build the community.
You can find us at Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, or your favorite podcast app, and even on the dark web at I2P.
Thanks for listening, and see you next time.